These wholesale real estate rules made me so rich, I started questioning the meaning of money. What is up, guys? Zach Ginn here, and in today's video, I want to really break down the 5 rules that I learned in my wholesaling real estate journey, my first 7-8 years in this business, where I started implementing these rules and my income started doubling year over year over year over year. And it keeps increasing because I follow these rules every single day. These are the rules I use to go from 0 to 100K, 100K to a millionaire, and a millionaire to doubling my income almost every single year in wholesaling real estate, because I don't break these rules. I stick to my commitments, I stick to my guns, and they make me rich wholesaling real estate. So let's break down my first rule. Number 1, wholesaling 101. This has always been the rule I've stuck to, and I never, ever didn't do it, but this is marketing is king. This is my number 1 first rule for wholesaling real estate. This is important. If you do not focus all of your efforts or most of your efforts into marketing, your business is dead. I do not care if you're this guy trying to become the acquisitions king or the dispositions king. Those are really important stuff, but it doesn't matter if you do not have leads coming in. Leads are the blood, the heartbeat, the lifeline of your business. And if your heart is not beating, I don't care how much muscles or how smart you are, it ain't going to work. This is the oxygen in your lungs. You have to have it or you are not alive. You can live without arms and legs, but without oxygen or a beating heart, you ain't gonna live at all. This is the point here. Marketing has to be our first and number 1 priority. When we are broke starting out in wholesaling, if we can get leads and deals, we can make money. If we're trying to get from $1 million to, let's say, $2 million in wholesaling real estate, if you have the leads, you can just hire the VAs, hire more acquisitions people, and it's fine. Most people struggle from $1 million to $2 million because they don't have the knowledge of how to increase the leads from maybe having 1,000 leads a month to 2,000 leads a month, right? They don't know where to put the marketing or the best ROI for the marketing, but the marketing is king. If you can master this and really understand how to utilize in the chessboard of wholesaling real estate, where your marketing dollars should be, where your time should be in wholesaling real estate when it comes to marketing, you will not struggle. So wherever you are in wholesaling real estate, focus on marketing as a priority. I always think you should put at least 60% of all of your time into marketing if you're gonna do this at a minimum. This is why we have something called the 3-1-1 approach, where for every 5 hours of wholesaling real estate, you should spend at least 3 hours in marketing, 1 hour acquisitions, and 1 hour on dispositions. Now, number 2, and this is a rule that I keep repeating to myself, and I say it over and over and over and over again. And it sounds like I'm repeating myself and I'm just blabbering all the time, but this is so true. But just do what is working and keep doing it. So that's it. Do what works and keep doing the things that do work. And this is really something, marketing is king is number 1, right? This is to go from, 0 to 100K. And then when you're trying to scale up, this helps a lot. But for the people out here that are starting to get their first or second deal, how they can turn this wholesaling thing, this business, into a full-time income where they don't have to work a job anymore, they just follow this advice. Whatever is working for you. So if you got 2 deals and you're trying to make this business full-time, I'm going to ask you the same thing. What did you do to get these deals? All I did was cold call probates. Well, keep doing that. I get people saying, I was cold calling probates and maybe I should get into texting the vacant list or texting pre-foreclosure. It's like, hey, stop. If this is working for you, you keep doing that and then do as much as you can and then text the pre-foreclosures. But you have to put your priority on the thing that is currently working for you right now. This is how the wholesaling real estate game is won. Keep doing what's working, then try other things, test other things, and wait, this list is working. I got a deal from them. Okay, let's keep doing that. I'm telling you, I sound crazy, but like you go to freewholesaling.com, right? You're gonna see 30 different lists and 30 different marketing channels, right? Like I have all these things to try out. And the point is you should try all 30. You're gonna find 5 or 6 that work for you. Then just keep doing what's working. This is not crazy complicated. But the problem I have with people is they get 2 or 3 deals and then they stop focusing on the things that got them the deals. They try other things and they try VA systems and they go pay for leads and guys, focus on what is working for you and what is currently working in your business. I promise you, if you just keep focusing on this, you will make a ton of money in this business and your life will be changed. Focus on what works, Focus on what makes the money and focus on what is going to increase your income for wholesaling real estate success. Number 3, and this is going to be a very controversial statement, and this is going to be something that people don't like. They're going to get offended. They're going to get upset for me saying, but this is absolutely true. Nobody who has ever put 10,000 hours into wholesaling real estate ever became broke. Nobody ever went broke putting 10,000 hours in wholesaling real estate. That's it. And there's usually a rule of 10,000 hours. If you put 10,000 hours into something, you pretty much become a master of it. And I've put my 10,000 hours into wholesaling, and there's so many other successful wholesalers who put their 10,000 hours in. And really, roughly, if you go hard in the paint for 3 years, that's probably where we're going to get at. But really think about that. If you put 10,000 hours into your marketing, your calling, your texting, your acquisitions, your dispositions, and all these things, it's almost impossible not to make money in wholesaling. The problem is people quit at 500 hours or 600 hours or 1,000 hours. And it's just a fundamental rule, really. Like this isn't playing hockey or football, because you could put your 10,000 hours into being a quarterback and still not have the athletic gifts to become successful. This is like a video game. And a video game is something where it takes skill, but like there's not any God-given ability to make you good at video games or not. Like, I guess some, but like, it's not like you have to be 6'7" to be really good at basketball, right? The thing is, when I find people that have spent 10,000 hours playing Fortnite or GTA or any type of video game out there, they're elite. And they're really good. The crazy thing is, if you play FIFA, right? Or what is it, FC now? FC 24. If you had a guy that put 500 hours into playing that game, and then you had a guy that put 10,000 hours playing that game, statistically, the guy who put 10,000 hours is going to destroy the guy that only put 500 hours in. That is how this business works. Now, you could still get rich your first year putting 100 hours in this business. But the point is, don't quit wholesaling until you have that 10,000 hours and track the amount of hours you put in. I don't have one case in the 250,000+ students that I have, over 250,000 active wholesaling real estate students, that put 10,000 hours in this business and failed. It just doesn't happen. Number 4, and very important one, your market might just suck. And I've really learned this from teaching a lot of people in Flipboard Plus, but I've had a lot of these wholesalers who are in these markets that on paper look really good. You know, Western Pennsylvania, small areas in Cleveland, Ohio, New York. And on paper, all the rules match for wholesaling. And these are areas where I get some deals, not a lot. And all I tell them is, hey, you know what? Like, I make a ton of money in Detroit. I make a ton of money in South Carolina. I make a ton of money in Atlanta, Georgia. Just go to a bigger market that has a ton of buyers. And the problem with these wholesalers is they always get deals under contract, but they struggle to sell these deals. And what I can tell you right now is, if you are this type of person who is just struggling and struggling and struggling in your market, you have to learn, is it going to be my marketing that's the issue, or is it my market that's the problem? And for a lot of wholesalers, if you're calling, texting, and doing everything you possibly can, your market might be the issue. And sometimes I have to slap you silly, right? Like, some people tell me, Zach, I live in Knoxville, Tennessee, and my market just sucks. I gotta slap you silly, because that's a great wholesaling market, right? But like some weird areas, right? You're in like Chico, California. You probably should choose a good virtual wholesaling market, right? And I see a lot of wholesalers just struggle and struggle and struggle, and then they move to another market and they succeed like crazy with virtual wholesaling. And a lot of you guys are really scared to get into virtual wholesaling. And so my thought for you today, and my rule for you, is you're struggling somewhere, and I've had plenty of struggles in virtual wholesaling markets. Just try to change your market into something else, and you can have your income and success skyrocket. Number 5 here, and this is something that when you're kind of scaling more, it works really well, and when you're really in the beginner. So like the high-end stages and then the low-level stages that work the best. But this is find people who you can leverage your time with. And what I mean by this is, when I was starting out in wholesaling real estate and I was looking to put more bandit signs out, I hired people to do it. And that increased the amount of leads, and I was able to go on more appointments because I wasn't putting bandit signs out all the time. Same thing with VAs, right? Now, if you haven't gotten a deal, or maybe you've only gotten 2 deals, I'm not gonna tell you to go out here and hire a VA. But when you're starting to do like 2 or 3 deals a month, it makes a lot of sense to have someone to cold call for you, or at least take some of the burden off so you can spend more time on appointments. And this has just grown now with the JV deals that I do. And a lot of people get their first deal from JVs by just knowing the right person who can help leverage your time effectively. So if you're able to find people to leverage your time correctly and that can work with you, your business will explode. One example of this is me being partners with Zach Ginn, right? Like he's really good at certain things and I'm really good at other things. And when we utilize our business together, we just don't double our revenue, we triple and quadruple it. So when we're together on a business sense, collaborating, we make more than double our income. So it makes more sense for us to partner than it is not to partner. Being with the right people can really succeed your business. And you gotta remember, like when you're starting to grow and scale, you can't do it all yourself, right? Like Apple's not a one-person company. Like there's not massive companies that only have one employee. At a certain point, you gotta start hiring, scaling out your wholesaling real estate business. And I think a lot of wholesalers try to do it all themselves while they're making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year and heck, even hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. You gotta get systems, you gotta get people, and that'll lead you to wholesaling real estate success. Guys, if you want to implement these lessons and these rules, your business will succeed. If you just focus on your marketing, you find some success and you keep doing what's working, you put your 10,000 hours in, you know if you're in the right market or not, and you learn how to leverage your time correctly, you'll be out here making a ton of money in wholesaling real estate. So guys, if you got any value from this video, do me a favor, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe, go to my free real estate wholesaling course at freewholesaling.com, and I'll see you soon. This is Zach Ginn signing out. Have a blessed one.